What's up, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So as you guys can tell from the title, we're going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial on how to do your cluster lashes DIY walkthrough from your home. If this is your first time watching me, yes, go ahead and subscribe. I'm Minksbyv, and let's get straight into it. So the way that I'm about to teach you how to do your own clusters at home, we're going to do first a quick walkthrough of the products. All right, so it's only 3 products that you're going to have every time you're going to do DIY cluster lashes. First, you're going to start off with your actual cluster lash hairs. Okay, when you buy these trays, they typically come in a bulk size. I'm going to hold it up for you guys here so you can get a little close up. Now, when you're working with cluster lash trays, one thing I want you to keep in mind, they're going to come in multiple lengths. The number that says MM after it means that's how long that hair is. And then for the numbers that have the letter D after it, that stands for dimension. That means that is how much hair, individual hair, is inside of that cluster. So if it says 20D, 40D, 60D, 100D, that's D stands for density. So that is how thick that hair is. So there is a sticker on the bottom of this tray and it says 0.07. What that decimal point means is that is also the thickness of the individual piece of hair. As professional lash extension artists, we pick up individual pieces of lash hair. So if it says 0.07, 0.05, 0.03, that basically means that's how thick one of those hairs is. Now, bundling them together in a cluster, as you guys see in the tray, this one says that those 0.07 hairs are bundled into 20 together in a cluster. So you literally have 20 of those individual bundled hairs in a cluster. If I took my tweezer and pulled just a hair out of the cluster, it'll be the thickness of 0.07. Just in case anybody got lost, this is what I mean. Okay, y'all see this right here? If I take this piece of hair, if I took one of the hairs out of this, it'll be a thickness of 0.07. However, this one cluster has 20 of those 0.07 thick hairs inside of it. Do that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, now that we got that out the way, the next thing that y'all need to keep in mind to understand when you're doing clusters, you have your hairs. Now, and these are considered trays. So the terminology is a tray. Okay, this is a tray. All right, now students. So the next product that you're going to always see is an applicator. So this is the application products. There's always going to be a bond side and a seal side. We got the bond side right here. Then we have the seal side right here. Stay with me, okay? For y'all non-professionals trying to do clusters at home, this is glue. Okay, I don't know why they put bond here. They should have just said glue, but we just gonna leave it at that. And then seal right here. Okay, you don't even have to be a professional to understand this part. Seal stands for sealant, strengthens bond, which is glue. Does that make sense? Now, if this is the professionals, right, that do lash extensions, the steps that we follow is glue, bond, seal. But sometimes people skip and they just do the glue and the bond. So glue for the professionals, we use a chemical. We don't use the same glue that y'all use. And then the bonding solution is what we use to make it dry quick. But on y'all end, y'all use bond, which is glue, and then y'all take sealant to seal it off and close it off quick to protect and make it strong. So professionals, you got to add that last step and put seal, which is sealant, after you do your bond to dry your glue fast. Then you take your seal. Same here. And if you're not a professional, you can still use this too. It's actually stronger than this. Sealant. That's what these are. Then you're going to always have a tweezer. So these are the tweezers. Now these tweezers are a little bit different. These are just some regular flat old tweezers. Your tweezers make a very big difference, but this is what the blade looks like. As you guys see it here, this is the blade, this is the tweezers. Okay, so now we have the products. So you have your trays, your applicators, your tweezers. Well, let's go into the next step. Now, the next step that you're going to follow when doing your lash extensions at home is you're going to pick a lash map. Okay, so there are 3 go-to lash maps. The first one is going to be a cat eye. The second is going to be a doll eye. The third is going to be a kitten. I'll explain in a separate video all the different lash maps because there are so many different lash maps. Okay, now that we know the lash maps, this is where it can get a little complicated. So I don't confuse you, typically it's best to do a lash map depending on your eye shape, because the way that those hairs are going to be shaped is going to fit and complement the flow of your natural eye the best. All right, so me, I have almond eyes. So almond eyes and upturned eyes are the most universal eye shapes when it comes down to being able to pick a lash map. And because of that, that makes it easier for you to be able to pick what type of lashes that you want to put on yourself, or what type of lash map you want to use for yourself. All right, now that I have explained the lash maps, I'm going to explain styles. Styles are literally the lash map. Okay, if you change up your hair, let's say you add spikes. Right now, these do not have any type of intricate design to it. All you have are regular volume looking lashes in this tray. However, there are some brands that carry wispy looking clusters with spikes in them, all different varieties, so that you can create different styles. So today we're just going to do a regular basic volume that looks best on me, and I have almond eyes, and I'm just going to do that because I want to keep this very simple as a beginner friendly basics step-by-step tutorial to doing this entire process. Now that I have you guys zoomed in, we're going to start applying the lashes. Okay, you're going to pick the lengths for your lash map. Now this is where it gets fun, and it's based upon what you want. If you keep your length shorter, they're going to look more natural, they're going to look less visible. If you go longer, they're going to be more visible, they're going to be more dramatic. That all depends. It's totally up to you. It's your preference. Now I want you to understand something. It's also important to understand how much lid space is in between your eyelashes and your actual eyebrow. The longer you go with the lash hairs, you will end up touching your eyebrows. Some people don't like that look, some people do like that look, some people don't care. It is what it is. Now, this particular tray carries lengths 9 through 16. Now, typically when I see a lash tray, I typically see a lot of these lash trays, they scale in even numbers. This is the first time I've seen a lash tray that has even and odd numbers, which is no problem. It's actually really good to work with a tray that has all the numbers versus just even and odd, because sometimes you may want to use an 8, 9, 10, 11 instead of doing an 8, 10, 12. You see what I'm saying? The first length, I'm going to keep this very simple like I said before. So the first length that I'm going to pick up, when you grab your hairs out of the tray, so when you go to pick out a piece, you're going to grab it from this part and you're going to come upwards like that. Okay? You don't want to grab them like this and pull them down. It's not going to work. You always want to pull it from the base down here and pull out like that. So we're just gonna split the eye in 3 parts. 11 on this white inside part of your eye, 13 covering the entire iris, 14 on the outside white part, which is the sclera. That's what it's called. You're going to take the side that says bond and you're going to apply the bond. This is a side right here that says bond. Now when you go to apply this, a lot of people like to take this through like it's a mascara. They take it through like it's a mascara and then they wonder why it's sticky and why it's gooey, clumpy, and all sorts of nonsense. You need to focus this literally at the root from where your hair is growing from. So pull your eyelid up like this, look down, blink, because your eye is getting dry, and then you're going to apply it to your eye. Now that way does not work. Take your mirror, look up, open your eyes big like you be surprised, and you're gonna go tilt your chin up. You see how my chin is up? So I got a good angle, so your head should be back. Like you should have your head leaning to the side, have your chin poking out a little bit, lean back, get your mirror. Don't have your mirror all the way up here. Have your mirror right in front of your face like this, okay? Or have it low like your chin and go under like that, okay? Now you can do this in sections if you want. A lot of times I'm seeing it where no one's doing it in sections and they're doing it all the way through. Okay, just to get the glue some time to dry. You don't have to be one of those people. Those inside corners, get them too. All right, and then you're gonna grab your hair. Now when you do your clusters, you can either work from the inside or you can work from the outside. I'm gonna work my way from the inside going out. My Lash Map says short, so I'm gonna do my shortest length first, and I'm going to take my hair. Okay, now the way that you pick up your hair, you want to grab your hair. You want to grab your hair and it's going to be facing you. So the way that your hair is, the direction of the hair needs to be, the base of your hair needs to face you. And the tips need to be at the top. So you should be now holding it from the tips. Hold it like this from the top. And then you're going to do, your base is loose. You're going to take your bond and you're going to tap your extension to the top of the bond. You're going to get glue on this part. Okay, this just helps it go on. All right, now we're going to take our tweezers and we're going to take our hair and we're going to tilt our head like we had it before and go underneath. Okay, this is, hold on, this is important. If your natural lashes are curly for a C, go underneath. If your lashes stick straight down into your eyeballs, go on top. Don't go under because it ain't gonna work. All right. Now I'm placing this first one. Just like that. Boom. See how that stuck? Easy. Just like that. Right on there. Don't gotta do nothing else. Now this is why I said you gotta work your way. Like, these aren't long. These pieces are not long. I'm gonna have to grab another 11 because it's gonna be a gap. Do the same thing. Put my glue. You want to put a generous amount of glue, y'all. Be very generous. Then I'm gonna take it, put it right next to his neighbor, go under and come up and pull a little bit. Boom. Close your tweezers like this. Push up on it just a little bit. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so I didn't fill all of the first parts where the whites on my eye is at. I put all of those 11s. Remember, we said we're gonna cover this whole space with 11s to keep it simple. Now we getting above the iris, which is my iris, the middle of my eye. Now I'm gonna go up to my next length, which was a 12. I'm gonna cover all of that space with the length 12. Same concept, looking up. Boom. Those are the 12s. Now I'm going to do my last length, which is a 14. And I'm going to do that over the white part of my eyeball. And when you get to those corners and it get a little difficult, you got to make sure you reposition your hand and the tweezer. And make sure your head is turned all the way to the side. Okay, now that we have gotten through the entire eye, you are now going to take the sealant side because it's going to be a little bit sticky. The seal side is supposed to coat it so it doesn't have that tacky stickiness to it. Now there's two ways that you can do this. You can apply the seal side by literally opening your eye, looking down and applying it at the base. Or you can apply it to the tweezer. Now for the sake of this, I'm just going to apply it to the tweezer. And clean your tweezers after. Okay, so now that I've taken it through, and I just literally just took it to the tweezers like that, okay? And then you're gonna literally take your mirror so you can see yourself performing this. You're gonna smash it through. You're gonna just squeeze to make sure they're all intact. Here's the good part and here's the bad part. If you take it all the way through and you get sealant on the tips of this, they're going to close up and not look fluffy like it was in the beginning. So sealant is supposed to make things like coat together. So if you get it on the tips of your hairs up here, it's going to have that effect versus the inside where it's still more fluffy. If you don't want to run into that issue, then make sure you apply at the base. Okay, that's how you avoid that. And now I'm going to do the other eye off camera. Okay guys, so I'm back and this is how my face looks. So what do you guys think? How do you feel about the lashes? And like trying to take a look at the camera so that I can see it as well. Okay, so like I said to you guys, very easy, very straight to the point. Again, the brand that I am featuring today in this video is the Lobes brand, Lobes brand. I don't know how to pronounce the brand, but let me know if this step-by-step tutorial was easy for you and if there is some way that I need to slow it down and simplify it even further. I'm looking forward to if you guys would like me to do more looks on almond shaped eyes, my eyes, or any other type of eyes, like make this a whole series. I am down to do it. We could do an entire series on how many different looks can you get out of one, mix and match, whichever ones that you guys prefer. Like this video, give me some feedback down below in the comment section on what you guys think, and don't forget to subscribe, share this, because I know it's somebody out there struggling to do this, so I want to make sure that I can help everybody as much as possible. And thank you so much for watching guys, and I love all of you.